Now we'll come to the software myths. Software myths is divided into three types: management myth, customer myth, and developer myth. Because whenever we want to develop any software, we know that uh, three entities are involved. One, a management; second, a customer; and third is a developer. So now, if we consider these three components or entities are important in us, so why then this project having the problems? We know clearly that customer is there, we will give the requirement, okay, developer will develop it, and management will support to develop this. Then still, why project fails? That we have to understand. So what are the basic points which may we can consider as this still these big projects may fail? So now we'll understand one by one. This is one is a management myth. What is a management myth? So we can see that, and what is the reality also. That is also we'll discuss. That what management is thinking and what is the reality. So first point is what standard process versus awareness for longer. Now it may happen that the management may tell that we have the standard books are there, standard processes are there. We can we don't have to worry about anything, and just we have to show the standard procedures to our unit who will develop it, and that particular project can be developed, quality product can be developed. But in reality it is not, because same processes will not run for longer time, because the time with time the requirements of the customer will change. Now we can see that previously we used desktop computers, where maybe we'll take the requirement from the customer. Maybe for example any shop management is there. Normally we used to go to the shop and will purchase traditionally. And maybe he will make entries, he will print the bill, and process will be. But now things are different online. Now we will purchase everything or most of the products online. So now whether old processes can give that particular facility, so it should be updated. So management should update themselves, because the older processes will not for a longer time. For 100 years something will not run. The time will change, and with that time your processes also should change, as well as the team which you have, it should have that knowledge also related to that particular processes. So this is also one misconception between the management and the what we consider as the team. So reality is different and belief is different. Now second, addition to complete work versus communication and training. Now this is most important point. Please try to understand. Addition to a complete work. Now for example, we have a project of 10 months. We have discussed with customer agreed, and now we are prepared that within a 10 month we have to complete the project. Now consider the situation occurred that we have reached at the 6th month and still satisfactory modules or project is not completed. Now the management may think that business point of view. They may think that if it is not completed within a 10 month, so ultimately our reputation will be over in the market. So what to do? Now the management may think that let us add the people into the particular project. Addition of particular new people into the project. I will again complete that project. Maybe previously we are 10 developers, and maybe we can consider as a 10-month project. But now when actually at the time of development, management understood that now it is not possible that within a 10 month this project will complete. When? After 6 months. So management may think that instead of 10 developers, let us again more increase the 5 developers in it. Now totally are 15 developers. Now naturally anybody will think that it is better that now more people are there, it can complete easily, but this is not, because the problem will occur is the communication and training. What is the communication? That the new people have to be should be trained, that they should understand the past 6 month history, then only they can complete this particular, or they can easily adjust with the current team. So here also we can consider the management is failed related to this. And again, new people when we add into the system, they should be trained, otherwise again they will make some different errors, and again what we consider as the new problems will start. So this is a management myth that we have to understand. Addition to complete work versus communication, here also management fails. So this is a very important point, please try to understand. Now third point is what? Outsource versus dependency. Now what the management is thinking now again. Consider now we have a scenario is that we don't have the resources, proper developers we don't have, maybe infrastructure we don't have, but still what we are taking is that we are taking the project from the customer. So now in this scenario what will happen? The management may think that let us outsource, let us will send this project to the outside party. Outside party will develop it. Whatever burden we have, we'll outsource on that particular third party, and third party will do it and submit it, and will submit it to the customer. But now the thing is that the dependency will increase, because now the owner or that developer has to depend on the third party. And now how we can consider that this team may give you the project in right time with right quality. So this is also one management belief we can consider as a, that outsource versus dependence. So if you outsource, you have to depend on it, and once the dependence will start, there may be a risk may be involved in this. So these are the very important myths are there, misconceptions are there related to the management. So these 3 points are there related to management myth. Now customer myth. Now we'll consider, now we'll focus on the second person who is involved in this particular software development. Customer, very important person, because he is paying, so he always think that he should get the quality, he should get the product in right time, on time, with quality. Now what are the customer beliefs, misconceptions, and what is the reality, that we will discuss now. General statement versus less detailed lead failure. Customer, again in our software development we should always consider that customer is innocent, still he is an important part in the project, because whatever requirements are there we have to take in, and we have to develop the project. When the customer will come to us and he will tell that I want hospital management project, shop management project, he will get the general statements like I want this, I want that. But now what will happen at the, because who is going to take, business analyst is going to take the particular information from this customer, which leads to the detailing problem. Why detailing problem are there? So we can consider here that we will not get the details, because what customer want in hospital management, what customer want in shop management, that details we don't have. So if details we don't have, ultimately we can't develop the good design. If we can't develop the good design, we can't develop the good project. And again programmer will do the uh, coding errors at the, or they will develop it, but still that is not correct according to the requirement. So general statements are never correct related to the software, related to the customer need. Now second is what? changes accepted anytime versus lead call. This is the second problem. This what second problem is there, that customer will think that he can come anytime and can give any changes, and the changes should be accepted and should be developed. But we have to understand late changes may lead to the increase in cost and time. So here also customer fails in this. He is in wrong belief that he will give the money and he will give the problem statement and develop it. Let us develop it without giving the detail. It is also not correct. Second, customer will think that it is the software, it can be changed anytime. Again, this is what we can consider as a second risk, because he may come, maybe again consider it is a eight months project, and up to 6 months we have developed some 5 modules out of 10 modules, and now when the customer will think that let us change something, so now it is not possible, because late requirements will change from previous step. So we have to include everything into the requirement document. We have to change into the requirement document. So that requirement document, again designs and everything we have to change, and then coding we have to change. So it will lead to the problem. So we can consider as the this is also one failure of that particular customers. Now third is the practitioner. Now here is the developer who is going to come into the scenario. So now we can see that a developer, what developer is thinking and actually what is the reality. So now the first point is develop product and work complete versus maintenance. Develop product and work complete versus maintenance. So this is the first point. So what developer is thinking, that he will develop the project. Hospital management is developed, submit it, his work is over. But it is not reality. In reality, when the customer will use the project at his location, he will find number of errors. So now maintenance will come into the reality. So this is first we can consider as the developer misconception, that his work is never complete when you develop the project, because the maintenance will come. So we should consider that the maintenance will exist. Then second misconception, we will consider that if you develop the project, there is no way to understand that what is the current scenario of the project. But in reality, if developer is thinking let us not to waste a time, develop it, develop it, develop it. But in reality, we can understand that the review is one method by which we can understand that we can see time to time progress, time to time changes with the customer, and customer may be happy to see that this particular project is progressing up to the mark, or you can see that he is satisfied with the work which is happening into this project. So here we have considered as the review is one method by which you can access the progress of the particular project. Then next is a work product versus documentation. Now this is also one biggest misconception between the developer. What the developer is thinking, if you develop the working product and submit it, so why there is a need of any documentation? Why to waste time in documentation? So this is also important, that we have to create the documents for the future reference, For any future changes also we require these documents. So this is also where developer will fail. So developer should understand the importance of documentation of that particular project. Now fourth is the unnecessary documentation versus quality. That again developer will think that not to waste a time in unnecessary documentation, but this documentation will give you the idea about the what you are going to develop and what we can how you can add